And I can tell you with 100% certainty, the videos that go viral, the videos that hit, are the videos that keep people watching and keep them engaged right away. In this video, I am going to show you how to grow your social media pages because most people suck at this and I am very good at this. And I'm not selling you anything. There's nothing that I benefit or gain from making this video other than just trying to help people out because it can feel like the system is set up for you to fail. It can feel like other people's content is getting played and yours isn't. But if you are a small business owner, if you are someone like me who relies on social media to be able to feed your family and support your living, it's really important that you understand these tips, okay? There's two sections we're gonna focus on. Number one is gonna be strategies, tactics, specific things that you can do to get your content in front of more people. Number two is going to be mindset, the mindset and beliefs that you need behind the strategy. The mindset is much more important, but you're not gonna believe me until I show you the actual strategies to get your content in front of more people. And before we go into either of those two, I'm just gonna tell you why you should trust me, okay? When I say I'm good at social media, what I mean, I wrote the numbers down before this video. We have had our YouTube account for 7 or 8 months. We have 265,000 subscribers and one video with over 80 million views, another with 14 million, another with 10 million, okay? Instagram, 381,000 followers. That is in less than 2 years. TikTok, 560,000 followers, right? A year and a half. We have 1.2 million people following us in under 2 years with all original content without doing paid advertising to get those followers. So lots and lots and lots of numbers. And if you look at the comments, the responses, the interactions, the growth, the engagement, it's all really, really high because I follow a couple key principles that you can follow too. It's not because I'm special. It's not because I'm good looking. It's not because I'm good on camera, okay? It is because there are principles, there's science, there's rules behind content that hits and content that doesn't. And I'm just gonna give you a really, really solid strategy for this. The first strategy I would use, okay, if you wanna grow in social media, is start with your content. You wanna put out content that is really, really, really high value, okay? Ditch the trends, ditch the dancing, ditch the music, ditch anything that feels like it is a quick fix because people don't want quick fixes, people want value. You need to be entertaining, educating, providing some sort of good or service. So if you're looking at your feed and you're disgusted with yourself because you're doing all these trends that you don't wanna do, but you do anyways because you think people are gonna like them, it's not gonna work. You're gonna burn out and people aren't gonna see it, okay? Think about your audience, what they want, and give them actual good content. The second thing here, which is even more important than the content, is how fast you get into the content. Because you can have really, 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 really good, but no one's gonna care about it if you take 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds to get into it. And people don't really look at the data on social media like this, but I've done it for you. I'm someone who has videos with 8,000 views and videos with 80 million views, okay? And I can tell you with 100% certainty, the videos that go viral, the videos that hit, are the videos that keep people watching and keep them engaged right away. Think of it like this. You have literally 1 second to hook someone on your videos. So you can say, okay, I've got step one right. I've got good content. People want this. It doesn't matter. No one is going to watch it if it's not interesting. And you have 1 second to get their attention. In TikTok, here's the strategy I would use, okay? In TikTok, TikTok gives you a graph. At the bottom is seconds, okay? At the top is percent of people watching. And if you're not on TikTok, get on TikTok. That's your first strategy move. Join TikTok, okay? Post all of your content. It's gonna take time before people start seeing it, okay? But once they start seeing it, TikTok's gonna start spitting out some numbers to you. It's gonna give you a graph. And the way that you read this graph is you look at your content, and when your content sucks, the graph looks like this. If you're on TikTok now, find a bad video, I promise you the graph looks like this, okay? After 1 second, about 20 to 25% of people have already dropped off. After 2 seconds, you're down to 50%. After 3 seconds, you're down to 33%. Your graph has fallen off. And all that great content that you have on seconds 4, 5, 6, 7, no one is ever watching. As a matter of fact, because you didn't give them value in the first 3 seconds, now the next time they see your face, they're flipping off right away because they know you're not about that business. You're not getting into it. They don't want to watch it. Then your viewership tanks, your numbers tank because now people are flipping off of your page really fast. It's sending a message to TikTok and to Instagram and to YouTube that people don't like your content. And now it's really hard for you to get any views at all. If you want people watching your stuff, you need a graph that looks like this. That's a viral graph. That's 10 million views. If after 1 second, you can keep 90% of people watching. After 2 seconds, you can keep 80% of people watching. After 3 seconds, you can keep 78% of people watching. You are going viral. Your business is blowing up. It's not easy to do. I'm just letting you know it is all about watch time. This is the secret that's not so secret, okay? I've got a spreadsheet. I've looked at this. 40 plus columns that I use to analyze content. People are like, oh, you keep going viral, you keep getting lucky. It's not luck, it's strategy. I map this out. I look at the viral ones, the almost viral ones, the okay ones, the bad ones, and the really bad ones. And I've done all the math. Comments, likes, shares, saves. None of that stuff matters compared to watch time. How much are people watching? And think about the platforms. How do they make their money? People staying on the platforms. What do you think they're going to push out? Content that keeps people on the platforms. If your social media is tanking, it is because people aren't watching your stuff. And I know it sucks to hear, but there's a silver lining because it means you know exactly what to fix. It's people watching your stuff. So how do you do it? How do you get people watching your stuff, okay? You got the good content. Here's what I would do, okay? I've told you get on TikTok, post a bunch of videos. It might take a week, it might take a month before they start giving you a graph like this. You need to have enough people watching, but once you get a graph, here's what you do. Post the video, wait 2 days, and look at your graph on TikTok. If people are falling off in the first second, 2 seconds, or 3 seconds, do the video again. Do it again, change something. Maybe something you said out loud becomes something that you write down and put on the screen. Maybe the first thing you said as the hook wasn't actually super catchy. It wasn't actually capturing attention, and we changed that hook, right? You'll get to a level in your content if you study your numbers where you will shoot content understanding that you're gonna try it 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways. I'll have video shoots where we'll finish and I'll say, here's the 3 versions that I want. I want one where I say that hook out loud. I want another where you cut that hook off and we add that hook in text. And I want another with nothing, just straight up get into it. Even posting, I'll say, okay, I'm gonna try this one with captions, this one with no captions. I'm ready to experiment because I know TikTok specifically is gonna give me a graph of viewership. And that's all I care about. How many people are watching the video? How long are they watching for? We shoot our content specifically understanding this is not the final. You can think the content is good in your head, but it doesn't matter when people actually get to the page. When they're scrolling, when they're busy, they're not gonna stop and listen to everything you have to say if you can't catch their attention. Number 1 strategy for growth on social media, once you've got the content, is figuring out how to keep people watching your videos longer and use the data to do that. If I have a video on TikTok and 20% of people are dropping off after the first second, I am not putting that video on Instagram. I already know it's not different people on TikTok and on Instagram. When I put it on Instagram, 20% of people are gonna stop watching after a second. And what happens, and what most people don't know about views on social media, is these platforms show your content to a couple people first. If they watch it enough, the platform says, oh, this content is keeping people on. Let's push it out to a couple more people. Now, if these people watch your content, back to that graph, right? 90% watching after 1 second, 80% after 2 seconds. It's gonna push it out to more people. And you can see how we go viral. Most people They look at these rings. They look at, oh, why did it only show it to 50,000 people? Why did it only show it to 500 people? Why did it only show it to 50 people? If it showed it to more people, it would have gotten the likes, it would have gone viral, this could have whatever. It's like, no, it's the inverse. You don't start here and look in and say, okay, it only showed it to this much, but that content's so good. You start here and you look out. You say, if they only showed it to this many people, something here was missing. And it is your content. It's not your race, it's not your gender, it's not your industry. Not those followers you bought. It might be those followers you bought. It is your content. It is how good is your content. So we start with really good content. We hook it. We study the data. We watch the numbers, okay? Number one tip. Promise you this stuff works. But your mindset matters too. Because a lot of us have really negative attitudes towards social media. I'm one of them in some respects. I see a lot of negative aspects of social media and I see a lot of positive too. And when I was first starting here, I had to get coached through some of those negative mindsets to start to see the value and the benefit in social media. But I'll tell you this, is every time your content fails and you get mad at the algorithm, you're never gonna push out and hit more people because you're never gonna take responsibility and change your content. If every time your content fails and you get mad at people, other humans, and you say, they're watching that, they're watching this, you can't control it. You can't control it. All of us, myself included, we're dealing with the same people. All of us are dealing with the limitations of human attention span, of time, right? All of my customers, all of my audience are busy. It's busy parents. I don't have a lot of their time. So I can get mad at them for not watching my videos, or I can make my videos better. I can make it quicker. I can make it catchier. And that's what I choose to do. But if you don't flip your mindset to take some responsibility for your content, no one's ever gonna see it. And past that initial mindset where we think about, okay, how can we actually make our content better? We need to take the tough steps and the tough action to actually make it better. A couple weeks ago, I met with my team. I called this an emergency meeting because to me, it was an emergency. We had 15 posts in a row on Instagram that weren't meeting our expectations. At 350,000 followers at that point, we have 15 posts in a row under 100,000 views, okay? Percentage-wise, that's low. And given the amount of time and effort and data we had put into those 15 videos, it wasn't acceptable. We had more videos recorded. We had videos ready to go, a bank of videos ready to go to pull from. But we said, we're not gonna put these videos out. They're not good enough. What we've been trying hasn't worked. In that situation, it's really easy to say, no, people just, they don't get it. If we keep posting, they'll get it. No. Or to say, oh no, this content really is good. Let's just keep, no. It wasn't good enough. And it sucks to say that, but sometimes you've got to make a shift. So what do? We get rid of the content. Whenever we shot that stuff, maybe my energy was off. Maybe it all looks the same. Maybe it's too slow. Maybe the hook's not good enough. Every graph on TikTok, like that. Every post on Instagram, like that. So we got rid of it. We said we're not posting another thing until we know it is good content. Until we know it looks different visually. It feels different in terms of energy, spiritually. There's a different feel to this content. And as a result, the next week we went viral twice. We put out new stuff and we said, we're not gonna be married to our emotions. We're not gonna be married to what's easy. We're gonna look at social media like the game that it is and we're going to play it. And we're going to play it to win, okay? So we have mindset, we've got action, we've got strategy. And if you're watching this video and you're actually watching to the end, I don't know who you are. There's like 4 of you. So I'll talk to you directly and just say, it is not fun to be in a place where people aren't seeing your content. Like, I've been there. I wasn't there for long, but I have been there. It can feel really frustrating. It can feel stressful if you're financially relying on these platforms to help you with your living, with your income. I get it. I get that this isn't easy, and I understand that you would probably rather hear that this is not fair and that you're doing a great job, rather than hearing you should be doing better and you can be doing better. But between me and you, I think it should be encouraging that there is something that you can actually do to make a change. If it was the algorithm's fault or other people's fault, there's nothing you can do. If it's your content, there's something that you can't do, okay? And that should provide you a lot of hope, a lot of joy, a lot of encouragement. You don't need to be posting every night. You don't need to be following trends, but you do need to be putting out value consistently, looking at the numbers, watching the data, and working as hard as you can to improve. So usually at the end of my videos, I have an action item like, watch my free workshop. I don't have anything for you. This isn't what I do. I just want to help. So hopefully this video helps. If you have more specific questions, like feel free to let me know, comment, share it with other people. Maybe that's your action. You like share it with people who are struggling, because I really do believe this. And I'm probably the only person on the internet who's going to give you this much advice, who's actually done the thing that you want to do, right? Last week I was in a commercial for TikTok. Like, that's pretty cool, right? Like I've done the thing probably that you want to do completely free with no agenda. So hopefully this helps you, your business. Share it with a friend if it's helpful. And let me know how it goes. Stay encouraged. You got this.